Hi, Debbie here. Well, I was tagged by Jeannie Dreemer for the 10 questions, so the 10 crafty questions. So let me go ahead and get started answering them. And the first one is your name. Well, my name's Debbie Vignola, and that is also question number 2. My YouTube channel name is also Debbie Vignola. I just couldn't come up with something whimsical for a YouTube channel name, so I just kind of just used my own name. And what is my favorite craft? Well, I like to do a lot of things, but I really like making mini albums. But like I said, I like to do a lot of things too. And my second thing would be tags. I used to like really making tags a lot because I liked making tags opposed to making cards. I just would much rather make a tag than a card. And so yeah, that would be my favorite craft. Number 4, your favorite shops for my craft supplies. I don't know if I really have a favorite, but I just have, like, it depends on what I'm looking for as to where I go. And so, but I mainly shop, I either shop Amazon and online other than Amazon, the Funky Junkie, I do that one. And then locally here, Hobby Lobby is the main one that I go to. And yeah, so I would say Amazon, Funky Junkie, gosh, that's a really tough one because I shop a lot of places. I shop at Renee Boutiques, I shop at JC Hobbies and Crafts, I shop, places. I just shop a lot of places. Like I said, it just depends on what I'm looking for as to where I go. My favorite colors, well, it depends on, that also depends on what I'm making. I usually tend to use pastels for a lot of my colors, and sometimes I kind of even are more white than anything else. You'll notice that in a lot of my projects, I do tend to use a lot of white, but I like pastel colors when I do like shabby chic type projects. But then when I do my steampunk projects, I like to do it in darker colors as opposed to the lighter colors. My favorite craft tool, I definitely like my paper cutter because I can't cut a straight line. I have to use a paper cutter to do that. And I also like to use Fabri-Tac to put things together, or art glitter glue. Those would be my most favorite crafty tools. And where do I get my love of crafting from? Well, my mother was very talented that way. She could crochet, she could knit, she could paint, she could draw, she could sew. As a matter of fact, she used to sew almost all my clothes when I was growing up. For not just me, but my brother and sister too. But she used to make our clothes, and so I would. And then my dad, he was very artistic too, but he was in the military. I'm from a military family. My dad was a career Army man, so I spent a lot of time traveling all over the place, and so I didn't really see too much of his crafty side. But I remember one time when we were living in Germany, he made the dining room table, and instead of using embroidery thread to sew, he actually had these pens that he would do every little X in the color that it wanted, so it looked like a little cross stitch, and he did our Christmas tablecloth that way, and it was like, what was that called? Well, anyway, it was a Christmas design, and he, hollies, that's what it was, hollies and holly leaves, and wreaths, and it was so pretty, and he spent so much time doing every one of those little X's to make that tablecloth for Christmas. And but I also saw little pieces of his drawings, you know, through the years. And but he did like woodwork and things like that. And so I would think, just because I was in a family that was like that, and I had brothers and sisters who could draw and were very artistic that way. I can't draw. I think I'm the only one out of 6 kids. I can't draw to save my life. But all my brothers and sisters can draw really nice. I just never could get the hang of that. And So maybe from them. But then I also did crafty things when I was in the Scouts, and of course you do crafty things when you're in school, and I don't know, I think I've always done something like that. You know, when you're, especially girls like to color, so I remember always coloring when I was little, or playing with paper dolls, making my doll clothes and things like that. But yeah, I think I started mainly probably either coloring or sewing would be the things that I started out when I was young. So one of the questions is how old were you when you started? And that would be that answer to that too, when I was young. Gee, I can't even remember. You know, it's like, it's always, you know, as far as I can remember, that's how long I've been crafting. So, and my favorite craft so far, I really don't have a favorite craft. It depends on what I'm doing, because I do swaps, and I sometimes, you know, I do challenges, and at that particular time, that's what I like. So it depends on what that is. So yeah, those would be my 10 questions. And I'm supposed to tag 5 more people. So let me see. I've got Scrap Queen I'm going to tag. Carson the Cat Life Nikki I'm going to tag. Casey Clement, Shabby Pink House, and Olga Direktorenko. I'm not sure about her last name, but her link will be in the description box below, because I'm going to tag her too. So those are the 5 people I'm going to tag. And thank you so much, Jeannie Dreemer, for picking to tag me. So anyway, so yeah, that's it. So I want to thank all of you for watching, and I'll be talking to you again soon. Bye for now.